morning. Yes, we're out bright and early. We're headed to northwest Wyoming today. We've got 4 or 5 days out on the road. We're going to be in and around the Yellowstone Park, central Wyoming. There should be some awesome scenery ahead, so stay tuned. This is a gigantic refinery in the town of Sinclair. I wonder if you can guess whose refinery it is. Yes, we stopped in for a Scottish breakfast. Let me tell you what a Scottish breakfast consists of for me. Is an Egg McMuffin. That's what this is. Now, on top is what's called an English muffin. Inside is an egg, a piece of ham, some cheese of some kind, and that's it. This is an Egg McMuffin. That and my cup of coffee consists of a Scottish breakfast. So you got to have one of these when you travel. So this morning we stopped in and we have our Scottish breakfast. So if anybody asks what a Scottish breakfast is, now you know. We're now north of Rawlins, headed up Highway 287 here this morning. As you can see, there's not a lot out here, but it's pretty. I know a bunch of you are wondering what we're driving. We're driving a Chevy pickup truck. We call it the radio truck, and the radio truck has everything needed to do what we do. So we drive it all over the place. When I get back to the ranch and head home, I'll be in the Tesla Model Y. There's 2 sets of lights. Normally Wyoming is clear as a bell, but look at the haze here. This comes from the fires currently down in the Colorado area. This site up here to the left is owned by a friend of ours. It's an old AT&T site used for long lines communications, and it's all underground. Yeah, this is an interesting place here. This is called Jeffery City, and it's known here for uranium. There's a bunch of uranium mines nearby. I don't think it glows at night, but it's probably a lot of uranium miners live here. So I know what you're thinking. This place is the middle of nowhere. No, it's not the middle of nowhere, but you can see the middle of nowhere from here. You don't see this every day. This is what's called a snow fence. Now the wind blows up here in Wyoming a lot, and when it snows it wants to drift. And right here on this road is kind of a low spot. So they decided to build themselves what's called a snow fence to capture the snow away from the road. If they didn't do this, the snow actually will blow onto the road, where then they have to plow it and it gets very, very deep. So by putting this mile-long snow fence here, it captures the snow and keeps it away from the road, so it gives them a lot less work to do during the winter time. But generally they come in smaller sections, and this one just keeps going and going and going, and Greg tells me that it's one of the longest snow fences he's ever seen here. As you can see, we're continuing to see it. We've driven, what, almost a mile here, and it just keeps going and going and going. So there you go. Now, if somebody asks you what a snow fence is, there you go. Now you know what a snow fence is and what a snow fence does. That's pretty steep.
I don't think the inclinometer in the truck thinks it's that steep.
I don't know. Wow, look at that.
There's 4.
Yeah, 9%'s quite the view.
This thing doesn't think it's that steep.
What does it know?
It says 4 degrees.
This is the town of Riverton. We are headed north here through Riverton. Pretty soon we'll be in the Wind River Canyon. Yeah, you want to stay at this motel with color TV, see? We're in Shoshone, Wyoming now, just on this side of the Wind River Canyon. So right over to the left is Boysen Reservoir, just outside of the Wind River Canyon is where we're heading through that gap over there. Just coming into Thermopolis now. These are some of the original motel signs. If we're lucky, we get to see if they actually have color TV. It's an original building here in Thermopolis. Hey, look at that, the Rainbow Motel. Well, here you go. Wyoming whiskey in Kirby, Wyoming. Only place you can get it, I suspect. Just coming into the town of Worland. It's a farming community here. Lots of growing going around. Next stop, Cedar Mountain. We've made it here to Cedar Mountain again. We have to replace a part. We're going to do that, have a little lunch, and then head on to Cody, Wyoming. We're up here on Cedar Mountain. It's one of the antennas up here, microwave of some kind. Anyway, as we drove up, we got to see what the mountain looked like. Now we get to see what the road looked like looking down from the mountain there. How about that? Yeah, we're way up here. And just like that, we're done here at the Cedar site. We're heading down. We had a little lunch here and on the way to Cody. Yes, we are heading down the mountain now. Yeah, so this is what it looks like in the truck as we go down the hill. Shaky cam can't take this out. It's can get pretty bumpy coming down the hill. That's okay. That's why we're in this big four-wheel drive. Can't wait till the Cybertruck shows up. We can give it a shot. Yeah, we made it back down on flat ground and on the way to Cody. Well, here we are, downtown Hyattville, Wyoming. How about that? Don't blink. And we're in Auto. We're about 30 miles from Cody, headed west now, Highway 20. But look at this, big time smoke. We did a little checking and found out the state of Washington was fires there, and that all that smoke is blowing east and right where we are. And it is really, really smoky. Should be interesting going west from here. We're off the road here in Cody, heading up to Mount McCullough, which is that mountain there. That's where our job's going to be, up top. It's been a mess for a while, I think. Oh, most our Pringles. All right, here's what you got to do. Undo the fence. All right. Just like that. Yeah, so here's the next leg. We gotta go all the way to the top of the hill up there now. And just like that, Cody is done. As you can see, this smoke from the western fires of Washington are totally messing this up. You can't see is a gigantic mountains right out there in front. Well, anyway, there you go. We're done with our job here now. We're gonna get on the road, head out for the hotel tonight. And just like that, we're through the gate and down to the bottom gate. We've made it here onto the pavement, and we are headed to Cody. The fire in Idaho and western Washington is getting thicker here. Normally you see these hills clear as a bell, but it is getting thick. We're going to be heading west into the park tomorrow, and it's super thick here. Now, to the point we can actually smell it. So I hope it doesn't get too much worse here. Yeah, look at that. That's not very many miles away. You can hardly see that mountain.